Hello folks, welcome back to another video and another reaction video. That's right, I'm in the market for them. When I say reaction video, really it's a what's going on with Football Manager 2018. Football Manager channel, going to make videos about Football Manager 2018. Inside FM 2018, number 1, Dynamics. I suggest we're going to get a lot of these videos over the next few days, weeks, and to find out what's going on. Now, I've not watched this yet. This is a live recording, so I'm quite excited, you know. If you want to check out this video, of course, you can in the link down below. It's on the Football Manager channel if you want to watch it without me waffling on. If you want to see my reaction, much like some of you did last time, then let's get into this. Right, and play. Oh, the music's... I can get on board with this. Hold on a hot second. Who's this chap?
Welcome to FMTV. My name is Joe Tomlinson. Today, we're
He follows me on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter. Let's move on.
talking about Dynamics. Dynamics is a new module for Football Manager that correlates your management of the dressing room with your team's performance on the pitch.
Right.
In short, a harmonious dressing room will play more fluently, while a more fractured team will be less fluid come match day.
Now, in FM17, morale's been... Well, actually, I say FM17. In FMs recently, morale's very important. What I'm getting from Dynamics... Morale's going to be really important again, so we'll see if that... I mean, in real life, that is a thing, right? And I would expect that to be a major part of the game. It seems to me, though, with Dynamics, it's becoming a major part of the game. So, almost a focal point of the game.
When you start your career in Football Manager 2018, you're presented with an introductory email explaining the current squad dynamic situation at your club, along with a brief overview of the different elements that make up the Dynamics module. These are then supplemented by monthly Dynamics updates.
Right, so you get monthly updates. He might give us some more in a minute, but you can see there with Watford, you've got your team leaders, most experienced player, highly influential players. Tom Cleverley, what's it? Okay, maybe he's in charge of the WhatsApp group. Influential players, you've got loads, and then 7 others who we know nothing about, which I quite like. Right, carry on.
Through your career, you'll also notice that there is a new dedicated Dynamics
There's obviously
integrated into the site. Click on this at any point to view an in-depth breakdown of the dynamics within your site.
Okay, pause. So we've got a new... we've got all different things here. So managerial support. You obviously want to get that up. You've got a strong influence over a number of the players. Right, that's good. I guess if you start to lose that, we're in... Oh, bloody hell. Tomorrow. I'll take tomorrow. Next year's going to be tricky for me. Dressing room atmosphere as well. The players are currently content and unlikely to take serious issue with anything negative at this time. Good. Match cohesion, which obviously will probably be to do with how players are working within a tactic, I assume. I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Squad. You can also see the most influential players in the squad.
I like his shirt. I mean, okay.
As well as any issues that may currently affect your playing style.
He wants a chance at the first team.
At the top of the overview screen, you can see the 3 main areas you need to keep on top of.
Yes.
Match cohesion, dressing room atmosphere, and managerial support.
Thank you, Joe, but I've just been through that. We'll carry on.
Start with match cohesion.
Match
cohesion relates to the understanding between the players on the pitch. A good level of understanding can mean that your squad benefits from an improvement in their collective mental attributes rating.
Okay.
For example, your midfielders may see an improvement in their vision attribute, meaning they're able to pull off more defence-splitting passes as a result.
Okay.
Working on team cohesion in training and also improving individual players' mental attributes helps to develop that understanding. I guess then, the longer you are... He looks terrified. It's all right. We'll be back in a minute. It's all right. Calm. Okay, so what I'm guessing is that the longer you're at a club, the better then. If you can get the team cohesion through it's going to be very interesting, actually, how long that takes to get to the maximum. I guess we'll see. The dressing room atmosphere reflects the mood in the camp, with the larger and more influential social groups having the greatest effect. I love that. This atmosphere can affect players' morale to different degrees depending which social group they are in. It's also okay, so we have many players who share a nationality. So, okay, I've long been a believer that if you have players of the same nationality or at least can speak the same language, that really helps with morale. If you've ever watched my stream I got about that, it seems to me like they're making that more obvious. I always think it's a thing, but they seem to be making it more obvious. The club is mostly made up of players who share similar levels of professionalism. So if you get a bad egg, that could disrupt
That's quite... Mario Balotelli will not be signed by anybody.
Making new signings,
right.
as the right player and the right atmosphere will make integrating them into the squad a whole lot easier.
It'd be good if you could like buy pool tables, wouldn't it? Darts boards, Xboxes and that.
Factors such as your influence over the squad, team talks, promises, the length of time you spend...
I'm not good at keeping promises. Oof, that's going to cause a rift.
The club and results on the pitch determine the amount of managerial support you receive from your players.
Results of the pitch, that's not always down to me.
This can have an effect on how likely groups of players are to side against you. But more on that shortly. Let's move on and take a look at the hierarchy screen.
Okay, here we are then.
A pyramid view of the players ranked by their influence in the...
Dom Biggins is a great name for a manager. We'll continue forward.
Dressing room. At the top, you have your team leaders, usually players who have been at the club for a number of years or who have good leadership skills.
That makes sense.
The kind of players who might make the best captains. It's most important to keep team leaders happy, as they can turn the dressing room in your favour if one of the squad speaks out against you. However...
keep them on side. That's essentially, it's don't... I mean, no one wants to piss off Troy Deeney, do they? So,
if you upset a team
obviously,
leader, it could turn the rest of the players against you. Next, you have
I like the idea of mutiny, though, in a way.
You might have one or two of the skills needed to be a team leader, but don't quite have the influence to join.
I ask you now, Football Manager, what characteristics does Tom Cleverley have to be a team leader one day?
That elite route. Following these are the influential
lead a
players who
conga.
become team leaders in the future. Finally, we will not skip past that. We will look at that for longer. So you can see players that have the potential to become team leaders. I'm curious to know, because that box for team leaders looks quite small, how many team leaders can you have? It's all very apprentice. Yeah. Finally, there are the other players who will be influenced by those
the other players. The sheep. We might just call it sheep category.
On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see feedback from your assistant manager about the current positives and negatives within the team's hierarchy, allowing you to adjust your scouting plans accordingly. You can click on any of the players inside the pyramid and see their squad status, personality, happiness, as well as a breakdown of why they're in the position they're in.
That's really good. What he's just said there is really good. So you can, not only is it sort of outlined in a pyramid scheme, but you can also then click and see. Can you see there with Troy Deeney, long-standing squad member, good reputation, high ability, captain. That'd be interesting. As the older player, okay, well, I wonder then, if the players lose the ability, do they then lose the team leadership? I don't know, because if like you think about sort of players that have been there a long time, sort of the club men, etc. They're the sort of players that get that respect because they've been there a long time. If their ability drops, do they then lose their hierarchy? That would be very upsetting.
Within that hierarchy,
right?
With team leaders in particular, you can ask them for advice on improving the dressing room atmosphere, as well as asking them to let you know of any issues within the squad.
Okay.
You'll notice as well that you can see what social group each player fits into. So let's take a look at the social group screen to explore this in a bit more detail.
Let's do that.
Social groups greatly expand on the relationship systems from previous football managers. This now makes the bonds that are formed between players more important for you to consider when dealing with your squad. I really hope,
he looks annoyed with me, sorry again, I'll bear with. I really hope that if you bring a player to a club and then bring a teammate to a club, I really hope that is shown within it, because it's great that they can form that at the club and they can have these bonds there. I really hope they are dynamic enough to work across different teams. Like, so if you were to bring, so for example, say you brought Jordan Henderson and James Milner to a different club, they had that dynamic and that relationship because they'd already be, or maybe Lallana would be a better example with Henderson, and they would keep that relationship. I really hope that's a thing.
The core social group is the largest and most influential in the dressing room.
The core social group.
There are lots of factors.
The bullies, we'll call them.
Factors taken into account to decide which groups players end up in, and that can include players who have been at the club for a relatively long period of time, who have similar levels of professionalism, speak similar languages, players who are similar ages, and more.
Yeah, that makes sense. Similar ages was interesting.
Secondary social groups too. Players who don't fit into a social group are in the others category.
Okay, so that's cool. You can see from the second, I mean, he's probably going to mention this now, but secondary social group, Group A, most of the players speak French. They've been at the club roughly the same time, so they would arrive together. They would, I don't know, that's good. And the second one, who are mostly Greek, mostly, not all Greek, just mostly Greek. Zarate's not Greek, so he's just stuck in there. He's part of that group. Cool, I like it. It's like when Tevez was good friends with Jason Park and Evra. It was like, these three don't combine.
Recently and are establishing themselves
but I like
in the squad, or just don't gel with their teammates.
Poor guy.
If they meet the criteria, they may join the group after a short period of time.
I can find myself getting very emotional about signing a new player that isn't in the social group. That's going to really... He won't be there. I'll be going, go on, go and chill out with him. Go out with him. I'll be going, I don't know if I want to... No, go on. Troy's lovely, really. Once you get to know him. No, I'm a bit nervous. Go on. Goes over. 2 days later, still hasn't worked his way. I'm like, what happened? He went, I lost at pool, and that was the get-in. Oh, you idiot. I don't know who I'm talking to.
But players can also drift out of social groups as the squad's makeup evolves.
Oh.
Social groups alter the way you deal with players' requests, as upsetting one member
this
of
is similar to last
year.
year.
And the rest of that group against you.
So again, very similar to FM17. Let's not beat around the bush. If you upset one of them, they all kick off, don't they? They all, and then you go, no, it'll be fine. And they go, all right, boss, we believe you. And then you break the trust again.
Especially if they're very influential.
Quite poor.
It's worth checking the social group a player is in, as
well
as your overall managerial support rating.
Lovely shirt, by the way. Have I said that?
What response to take to a player coming to you for more first-team football or a new contract.
Lovely.
Finally, on the dynamics section, we have the happiness screen.
Oh,
this gives
yes.
You a player-by-player breakdown of their happiness with the various different elements
That's lovely.
At the club.
Pause. So you've got it bases it. That's really good. So because morale is quite vague as just sometimes you could wonder why the morale's good, especially when it's bad. I think that's probably easy to tell. When a player now has bad morale, you'll be able to see exactly why they have bad morale, whether that's down to playing time, the management, the club, the treatment, or the training, and that all goes into their overall morale. That's really good. It's a shame that on this screen they don't have people with negative morale, so you could see how that would affect their overall morale. You can obviously be, I guess this would change, but superb, satisfied, and there must be other parameters for it as well. But then you've got overall happiness too, I guess, which would play into it. But that's really good. And you can see the team leaders are loving life. Of course they are. They get to sit at the top of the table. They get the dinner first. Oh, but yeah, that's a great screen.
Hierarchy rankings, so you're able to see at a glance what areas you may need to.
That's great. That's such a good screen. I love that.
Overall happiness. Dynamics has been integrated into the home section and player profile too.
Cool.
On the overview drop down on the player profile, there's now a dedicated dynamics screen.
Show me.
This shows details of their opinion of you, their hierarchy and social group information.
Oh, favourite personnel now shows the club in which they're at. That's obviously different. Maybe that's changed from where it used to be. But you can see the club that they're at, the nationality, the job that they have, and the reason for why. Which, I mean, that was already there before, but that's just cleaner, isn't it? These are all curved edges now as well, which they've curved it.
Well as elements of the information screen from previous years.
Okay,
the home
good.
section
Like that.
now includes a relationships page that lists your relationships with some of your fellow managers and for the first time
that's
in the
fantastic.
Series, certain players too.
Oh.
As you can see, Dynamics is a wide-ranging and three-dimensional system that will really change the way you approach your squad handling and man management.
Agreed.
It can influence which players you scout
Ben Sports News. Just a suggestion.
And sign as you look to build a dressing room that can work together effectively both on and off the pitch in the long term. Get it right, and it could be the key to turning title outsiders into league champions.
I see.
Thanks so much for watching.
That's right.
Keep an eye out for more episodes of FMTV, and for more information on Football Manager 2018, visit footballmanager.com.
Or visit Dr. Benji FM, youtube.com/ because of these videos. That song is becoming synonymous, isn't it? There you are. For all the latest breaking news, of course, feel free to subscribe to the Football Manager YouTube channel. Although if you want playthroughs, drafts, and other bits, just stay here. It's fine. So what do you think then? I really like Dynamics. Okay, there was a lot of talk about what will Dynamics be. That gave us a far better understanding. I'll tell you what, my favourite screen was that one. That is a lovely little screen. That's great. And I think when players are feeling, when morale's low, when you're maybe on a bit of a sort of a losing streak, that's going to be a really great screen to see. If you lose the trust of the team leaders, though, I feel like you're in all sorts of bother. If they turn on you, you are in all sorts of problems. But there we are then. Let me know what you thought, and if you enjoyed this reaction video, do leave a like on it. Shout out to Joe as well, who's the presenter for this. Lovely, like it, lovely shirt. Have I mentioned that? And that's going to bring us to the end. If you want to see more of these, then as I say, comment down below with more reaction videos in capital letters and in a sort of a shouty way, and I'll do more. Of course, I think FM are going to be releasing lots more of these, so plenty more to react to. We love with care then from me to mention. So next time, goodbye. Subscribe, drop likes, do all that stuff. See ya.